City Street, afternoon. A modern downtown bank, shiny glass doors, people walking in and out. Camera zooms in on a tall, confident black man in his early 50s, dressed sharp but casual, holding a leather briefcase. His name, James Carter. What happens when a bank refuses a man's money because of the color of his skin? But what they didn't know, he wasn't just any man. He was the one signing their paychecks from behind the curtain. James walks in, friendly smile, nodding to people. He heads to the counter. The teller, a young white woman named Lisa, looks up from her computer with a forced smile. James, good afternoon. I'd like to make a deposit, please. Lisa glances at his briefcase, then at him with doubt. Sure. How much are we talking? James calmly sets the briefcase on the counter, opening it to reveal stacks of cashier's checks and documents. About $2 million. The bank falls silent. A customer nearby overhears and stares. Lisa blinks in disbelief. I'm sorry, sir, but this bank doesn't take play money. Lisa leans closer, lowering her voice but dripping with arrogance. Lisa, look, I don't know where you got this, but we don't handle these kinds of deposits without proper verification. Do you even have an account here? Yes, James Carter, platinum account, for years. Lisa scoffs, typing into the computer. Her eyes narrow as she pretends to search. Lisa, funny, I don't see your name anywhere. Maybe you're confused? There's a community bank down the street. Might be more your lane. James's jaw tightens. A couple of customers glance, sensing tension. He stays calm but firm. Are you implying I don't belong here? Oh no, not at all, sir. I'm just saying this branch usually deals with serious clients, not walk-ins with a briefcase of, well, whatever this is. Lisa waves her hand, calling over her manager, a middle-aged man in a suit. Mr. Harkins. Harkins, authoritative. Problem here, Lisa? Lisa, loud enough for customers to hear. This gentleman claims he wants to deposit $2 million, but his name doesn't even appear in our system. Customers whisper. Some stare at James suspiciously. Others shake their heads, sensing unfairness. James, calm but with weight in his voice. My name is James Carter. I've banked here for over a decade. Perhaps you should check again. Harkins doesn't even look at the computer. He studies James from head to toe, eyes cold. Harkins, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to step aside. We don't take kindly to fraudulent attempts here. James steadies himself, voice low but firm. Fraudulent? You haven't even verified my identity. Do you have proof you even belong in this branch, or are you just wasting everyone's time? James pulls out his ID, account card, and company documents. Harkins snatches them rudely, barely glances, then shoves them back. Harkins, loud for everyone to hear. Sir, you've wasted enough of our time. I don't know what kind of game you're playing, but this isn't the hood. We run a professional establishment here. Gasps from a few customers. A black woman in line mutters angrily, That's racist. James, voice rising for stern, You just made a mistake. Harkins, Oh really, and what mistake is that? James steps closer, controlled fire in his eyes, Assuming you knew who you were talking to. James calmly takes out his phone. He dials a number. The entire bank is watching. Lisa and Harkins exchange nervous glances. James, interphone. Yeah, it's Carter. I'm at the downtown branch. Your staff just accused me of fraud while I tried to deposit funds. Handle it. He hangs up. Silence. Customers are buzzing, some recording on their phones. Lisa, whispering to Hark, Wait, Carter, as in Carter Holdings? Harkins, brushing it off, nervous but hiding it, probably bluffing. Suddenly, the giant digital screen behind the counter flashes, Carter Holdings, proud investor. His name is literally on the partnership slideshow running in the lobby. Lisa's face drains of colour. Harkins stiffens. Moments later, the regional director, Mrs. Keller, storms in with 2 assistants. She spots James instantly, rushing over with respect. Mrs. Keller, warm. Mr. Carter, I'm so sorry for this misunderstanding. Please come with me. We'll take care of everything immediately. Lisa and Harkins freeze. Their smugness evaporates. Customers murmur loudly, some even clapping in approval. James, eyeing them coldly to Mrs. Keller, Your staff refused my deposit, called me a fraud, humiliated me in front of everyone. Keller, furious glance at Harkins and Lisa, This is unacceptable. Both of you in my office, now. Lisa starts trembling, stammering excuses. Harkins tries to defend himself, sweating bullets. Lisa, I didn't know. He didn't look like... She stops, realizing she exposed herself. The crowd gasps louder. Phones keep recording. Harkins, do you have any idea who you just insulted? He owns half the businesses in this city. James remains silent, calm, but his eyes burn with quiet power. They thought they could humiliate him. What they didn't know, the man they tried to push out was the very one keeping their doors open. The office is spacious, glass walls, overlooking the lobby. Mrs. Keller leads James inside with utmost respect. Harkins and Lisa follow nervously, pale as ghosts. Murray's Keller, apologetic, almost pleading. Mr. Carter, please accept my deepest apologies. This behavior is absolutely unacceptable. James, I didn't come here for an apology, Mrs. Keller. I came here to do business, but your staff decided my skin color was a problem. Lisa's lip trembles. Harkins crosses his arms, still defensive but shaken. Murray's Keller, do you realize who this is? Mr. James Carter, the man who owns Carter Holdings. Without him, this bank wouldn't even exist. James finally turns his full attention on Harkins and Lisa. His voice is steady, but sharp like a blade. James, you saw a black man walk in with money, and your first instinct was fraud. You didn't check my account. You didn't verify my ID. You just assumed I didn't belong. Lisa starts sobbing, words tumbling out. Lisa, I didn't mean it like that. I was just following protocol. Cutting her off. Protocol or prejudice? Harkins steps in, trying to salvage his authority. Look, Mr. Carter, maybe we handled it poorly, but we have to be careful these days. Anyone could walk in with fake checks. You can't expect us to just... Jams his briefcase shut, his voice thunderous. $2 million. My name engraved on your screens, and you still called me a fraud. Careful? No, you were comfortable. Comfortable disrespecting me because you thought I was powerless. Harkins goes silent. Mrs. Keller glares at both of them. James takes a step closer to the glass wall overlooking the lobby. Dozens of customers are still there, watching through the transparent partition. Some have their phones out, recording. The pressure mounts. James, loud enough for the crowd to hear. Let me be crystal clear. I don't need this bank. This bank needs me. I am not just your customer, I am your investor. Every paycheck you two ever received came through me. Gasps from the lobby. Lisa covers her face in shame. Harkins swallows hard, his arrogance crumbling. Mrs. Keller straightens up, authority blazing. Effective immediately. You're both suspended. HR will be contacting you for termination. Security. 2 guards step in. Harkins protests, voice desperate. Harkins, you can't fire me over one mistake. I've been here 15 years. James, you weren't fired for a mistake. You were fired for your mindset, and that's the difference. The guards escort Harkins and Lisa out as the crowd in the lobby bursts into applause. Phones capture every second. Justice is public. James turns back to Mrs. Keller, who looks mortified but relieved he didn't storm out. Mr. Carter, please, tell me how we can make this right. James, after a long pause, voice softening. Making it right isn't about me. I've dealt with worse. But what about the young man who walks in tomorrow? Or the single mother depositing her paycheck? Will they be treated the same way? Mrs. Keller lowers her head, ashamed. Fix your system. Train your people. Because money doesn't define worth, and neither does skin color. James steps out of the office into the lobby. All eyes are on him. Phones raised. Silence falls. Today I was humiliated. Not because of my actions. Not because of my character. But because of my color. And if it can happen to me, a man with wealth, power and influence, imagine what happens to those without it. People nod, some teary-eyed. A black mother clutches her son tighter. This is why we speak up. This is why we hold people accountable. Because silence protects no one. And prejudice has no place in business, in banks, or anywhere in our society. The lobby erupts into applause, loud and heartfelt. James finally makes his deposit with another teller, this time with respect, care and genuine service. He picks up his receipt, puts it in his briefcase, and walks out through the glass doors, head high. The camera lingers on the faces of inspired customers, then pans up to the giant screen on the wall again. Carter Holdings, building a better future. Respect should never be determined by wealth or color, because true power lies in dignity.